Yo, what up, chat, bro? Retro, Double A, Labum. Hello. Greetings, salutations. Thanks for being here at the top of the stream. I appreciate it. I'm just gonna jump right into it. It's just gonna be a quiet stream. You know. Yeah. Hey, Clawley. I wanna beat up some torches today. Yeah. Yeah. And just, no, voice is not starting to go out. My time, patience, and energy with this hellhole of a country is, though, you know. I can't believe that this is still... Oh, look at that. There's just one block where mobs can spawn. Okay, this all looks good. Freaking wandering traders. Time to move to Sweden? Maybe Germany? Maybe. This music is not calculated, by the way. This is just Chrono Trigger's soundtrack. Do we care about any of this? No, I don't think so. I just don't want to... I don't want to swing on it and break something. Out of curiosity, can this be cleaned up? Like, it probably can be. You could probably sneak some target blocks into that and have it functionally work exactly the same, but update fewer blocks. Yikes. Chrono Cross? It does say Chrono Trigger in the title. But you know, it's just the relaxing soundtrack. So there's no battle songs. And so I have to imagine that there's not that many what would you call it? Non-battle songs? And by extension, they pulled from Chrono Trigger. Wait, how did I pick all this up? That shouldn't be possible. Oh, maybe I just picked it up as it's coming in? Because it shouldn't be possible. Maybe I just picked it up through the corner. Skablat! I missed one? Okay, we'll check. I mean, I got some work to do over here. I'm aware. Okay, have a nice cup of coffee. Tell Ellie I said hi. Tell her that Candy said hi. She would probably appreciate that more. You set up a command block in your world that just yeets wandering traders? I mean, I think there's a game rule now that you can create in world creation. Yeah, that you can enable, disable. Enable or disable. What item is just floating there? Oh, I bet it's a trader. Yeah, it just spun. I'm like this close to muting any political word in existence on Twitter and living your life in La La Land. I mean, while I agree, I can empathize with the sentiment. Unfortunately, that is probably this sucks, but like you shouldn't have to do that. Our political discourse should not be like taking away people's right. God, like I am so fucking close. It's like the whole perspective of like the last 2 weeks, we've had one racially motivated mass shooting where a dude went into a fucking grocery store and just murdered a bunch of like old black people. Just fucking defenseless old black people for no other reason than they were black. That's it. That was it. He was operating under white replacement theory. And now, like, what, fucking 8 days later? Children. And like, what it... But no, it's not. Let's, you know, Republicans out here being like, oh, hey, we're gonna legislate away women's rights. And it's like, it just feels like they're forcing women to have babies to replace the ones that they're willing to sacrifice to the NRA. That's all it feels like to me. Rape babies? We'll have fucking rape babies because we need to replace the children that we're willing to sacrifice so we can keep our guns. What the fuck? I'm so done with this. I'm so done with this. I'm doing real good with getting these torches though, chat room. That's the important part. Yep. And like, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm particularly frustrated because like, I don't know, 4 days ago, right after the grocery store shooting, my sister was in chat and she said something to the effect of like, oh yes, flex that God-given Second Amendment right. And it's like, I immediately was like, shut the fuck up. That is so tasteless considering, and this was like 4 days ago before the grocery store, or right after the grocery store shooting. And I'm like, what a fucking dumb take. And then like 4 days later, we get an elementary school shooting. Sick. Real good take. That aged well. Always does. There's a lot of tongue-in-cheek here, chat room. I can't find any dark spots. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be problematic for mob spawning. Nims needs an upbeat distraction. I don't think that we as a country deserve an upbeat distraction today. And that's kind of what I was alluding to whenever Castle was said. And again, like, it sucks and everybody's gonna cope their own way. And like, just please don't become apathetic. This is not a thing to become apathetic to. This is not normal. We do not have to be this way. What a clever use of a iron bars. You know, honestly, we should be depressed. This is depressing news. And again, like, you cope, you try to find whatever thing makes you healthiest. But like, just again, please do not become apathetic. This does not have to be the norm. I don't mind light levels of 2. Yeah. I mean, I agree, Castle. I don't. So again, I'm not gonna super air a lot of stuff. I don't talk to anyone in my family. Not a damn person. And it's like, my sister was in chat because I've banned her first 2 or 3 accounts because we do not talk. And oh, this looks dark. Looks reasonably well lit. Yeah. Okay. Big agree, Hex. Big agree. Well, this is probably one of the better mobs that could have spawned to tell us that this was a spawn, like a problematic spot. I saw 3 in there. I'm just thinking about the, whatchamacallits here. Does it, you know, if I were to use, say, a target block in order to reduce the effective lag that these things are generating, does it matter? Do these things trigger enough for, you know, 20 extra block updates to cause any significant impact? I mean, it might. Just gonna put a pumpkin right there. Be a little happy boy. Oh, I kind of actually want a pumpkin on each one of these things in order to override the lighting update caused by the torch. And then we don't need this pumpkin. Cool. Okay. I think our base has been largely detorchified. Is there a way that I can make a data pack that just like shows light levels in the top left corner of my screen at all times? And like say maybe changes color if it hits 0, so that way it's like it's just a normal, you know, light gray, maybe with a little bit of transparency to it. But then like, you know, right here where my mouse cursor is, it's just light gray, but then all of a sudden it turns like bright red if it hits 0. And maybe it detects if I'm like elytra flying or something. Or if I'm in the air, because like right up here, I don't need to know that this is light block is or light level 0. But if I'm like walking, could it just show me? Oh, I saw one. That's a real torch right there. Pretty sure there should be. Just would have to read the debug screen, make visible outside of it. Oh yeah. Okay, okay. Oh, I saw one. I don't believe in ones. Okay. I think that's my torch, my world detorchified. I'm sure that we're still gonna find tons scattered about. Use a data pack that shows chords in time. Probably possible to show light. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, that would be sick. I need a better trash can. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Kind of care. Don't care, don't care. Yeah. Is there anything else that I can do to, like, improve the efficiency of my world? Oh, see, right there, boom, torch. Dead. Gone forever. I don't keep that block. Oh, there's still some, like, in, like, hard to reach spots. It's so hard. Wow, dude. Come on. Okay. Like 4 rockets to get 1. I'm nailing this. Oh, I got 2 in 1 rocket there. Okay, I actually did kind of nail it. Woo, buddy. Cool. Blat. Okay. Time to clear a couple of the nether chunks. Let's re-up Rocket's food and pearls. This is 5 times 4 is 20. So bamboo is just ever so slightly outpacing the cactus. Data pack that shows chords and time. I mean, I could be amenable to a data pack that shows coordinates and time as well. Give me one. Well, just coordinates. Just give me one that shows coordinates and like light level. Easy. That's it. Oh, I also need to finish this. Do we just put blocks in there and call it good? No, I need to make sure that the redstone and the item pathing is correct. I just don't feel like doing it today. Bro, that is actually so sick. That is the illest. I don't actually care about, like, these blocks. We'll be fine without them. Is there a shroom light farm? Tree King, how's it going? Or is that just another tree farm that's like maybe more TNT based to destroy more of the tree? You guys want to see why I'm the fastest person to ever play World of Warcraft? What a random thing to say. But it's true. It's true. Your boy is the fastest person ever in World of Warcraft. Wow. I don't know where, like, our next trouble spot is. It's probably some, like, small little shitters like this scattered about. We'll just take out this little shitter. Yeah. Only if the next character is the slowest. I actually love that. I actually love that so much. Like, what is the slowest that you could move, but you are still technically moving? Oh, did I somehow choose a spot that's like... How did I choose an area that was so, like... I thought this was just gonna be a nice... Did I accidentally do a 3-chunk section? I did. That's how I screwed this up. Okay, well, it looks like we're clearing 3 chunks, Chow Room. How much ancient debris do you think we're gonna find? What is the slowest that you could move? Like, I am measuring how fast I have spreadsheets and documents and, like, drop rates to prove that I am the fastest person in World of Warcraft down to the 5th decimal place. And if I'm measuring down to the 5th decimal place for how fast I could go, I wonder if I could get my movement speed down to the 5th decimal space for how slow I'm moving. 4-2? Oh, I'm gonna hate this. We're gonna spawn so many freaking mobs. You know, I'm just gonna leave it. We're only doing 2 chunks. So I think we'll probably clear 4 chunks today. So that way we can clear this spawn platform that we just unintentionally made. I am zoning out. Clearly in my mind. Other places. Be an overachiever, do 5. 5 is a weird... No, we do chunks in intervals of 2. It was kind of funny. I met this person the other day in World of Warcraft who, so your boy is actually the fastest. I cannot find any online documentation to find someone faster than me. No YouTube video, no tutorial webpage, no Wowhead article, no nothing. I had to use like every system in the game in order to become the fastest player. And this person comes to me and they're like, yo, I heard you were the fastest player. And I'm like, this is an accurate statement. And then they're like, well, I'm faster. And they were like, oh, I'm movement speed 200. 200, chat room. 200 is their movement speed. I'm 260. I could run circles around someone whose movement speed is 200. I'm actually, hang on, I have this down to the 5th decimal place. I am actually 261.42278. And this person who is like, oh, I'm movement speed 200. I'm almost as fast as a mount. Lamau. I can outrun a mount in my sleep. You're slow as heck. They actually were so insulted that they disconnected from the Discord call. That's true. I was like, do you even have Azerite gear? Do you even have Ripple in Space? Do you even have your Legacy boots enchanted with minor speed? Do you have your Straddling Sagittagate and your Voracious? What is that one called? Straddling Viridium. In order to give you their cumulative 8% speed? No? Didn't think so. How many procs of your Straddling Jewel doublet have you reached? Oh, yeah, no. You don't even know what a Straddling Jewel doublet is? It only gives you 13 more speed per gem. And that's actually when they disconnected. That at that moment was when they logged out of the Discord. On my World of Warcraft server, People know me as that speed guy. I wish I were joking. I get invited to things. Like, I get invited to things just because they're like, hey, do you want to bring the speed guy with? And I'll be like, yeah, you guys want to see my speed set? I've done the math, and I have documentation to prove that the theoretical maximum speed that a druid can reach in World of Warcraft is, hang on, approximately 268.39468. Yeah, 268 point, what did I say? I gotta look at that number again. 268.39468. So 268.3. Some of the gear is so obscure that I cannot find documentation on how much speed that it'll give, so there are some approximations in there. But I can pretty confidently say I'm within 0.2 of true knowledge of what theoretical top end is. So if the theoretical knowledge, or the theoretical cap is 268.3, okay? $268.3. I am currently 261. What did I say earlier? 261.4. So I'm 268.3 and I'm 261.4. So I'm like 6.9%, nice, under what the theoretical perfect everything top end would be. But here's the thing. To have that remaining 6%, almost 7%, you would have to have perfect gear from 5 different content patches. You would have had to have been working on a speed set and be a very proficient World of Warcraft player for around about 4 years. Do I think that there is another person that has the time, patience, energy to have been that perfect over such a long... And you also have to be just stupid lucky. For that period of time, it's conceptually possible. It's conceptually possible. But, like, we're talking, like, they would have had to have bought a lottery ticket, like, 4 times, hit on all of them, and done that consistently over a period of 4 years. And even then, I'm knocking on their door. I'm coming for them. So with relatively high confidence, I am the fastest person that's ever played World of Warcraft. And I'm looking at paying some people off. Like, I'm looking at buying runs from guilds to then push me through legacy content in order to get some of the pieces that I would have needed to get years ago. So if anyone else magically had that piece just perfectly in the bank waiting for them somewhere. I could be like, no, 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 I have that piece now. I really want you to build a slow character so you can be known as a slow boy. The slow would not be nearly as... When people run up to you and they're on their mounts, they're riding around on their, like, horses going max speed, and I can just outpace them, like, I just zoom by them, and they're like, holy shit, that guy's fast. They slow down, and they watch me, just run in circles. I'll be like, hey, wanna see something cool? I'm fast as fuck, boy. And they'll actually just stand there, and then watch me run in circles. And it's great. I can just get random people to stop and look at me run circles for 10 minutes. I have a little bit of role play that I tell them about. Like, the Emerald Dream has blessed me with a gift of speed, and that once every millennia, a new entity is born. The power of the legendary Zoomkin. I'm trying to change my character's name in game to be Zoomkin, so that way it really sells it even further. Rename the character the Flash. I play something called a Moonkin, and people will frequently, like, make fun of the Moonkin name by calling it, like, the Boomkin, or like they basically throw the K-I-N, on the end of anything, and then refer to that, my character, as that. So if I am Zoom, you get the Zoomkin, right? A little bit of World of Warcraft lore there for you. Maybe the last layer I can do with this pickaxe. Yeah, but I have spreadsheets. I've reverse engineered the formulas and how Blizzard calculates speed in the game. So that way, like, I know exactly the math I need to, in order to make my character the theoretical top end. I have multiple freaking spreadsheets documenting both working out, reverse engineering the math, and maybe we could get one more layer. Reverse engineering the math, and then using that reverse engineered math to build out the formulas, and then using that formula to build out a thing that can, like, tell me what the best gear is, and then I have more spreadsheets in order to document myself acquiring what those best pieces of gear. And then again, somebody caught wind, they're like, oh hey, I heard you're fast. I bet I'm faster than you. And I'm like, let's see your Google documents and your spreadsheets, person. This is playing with fire, isn't it? I cannot do this layer. I just can't. That is far too dangerous. I'm at the point where my next speed upgrade comes from doing a very obscure mechanic. Just trying to get some experience to safeify my pickaxe a bit. Oh, you know what I just realized? I don't have any potions of, oh, I do. I just didn't have it on my hotbar. That's dangerous, buddy. Dangerous. Okay, I can finish this later now. We have 400 durability. But we're at the point where, like, my next speed upgrade is going to come from either me paying off, like, an entire guild to run me through content that came out 5 years ago, because I can't do it by myself. Or, that's one of the things that I need. Well, two of the things that I need. And then the other big thing that I need is I'm going to have to install World of Warcraft onto my laptop and play 2 accounts at the same time, level a alt character through a very specific system to allow me to get a very specific pair of boots. And then with this very specific pair of boots, I can put very specific speed upgrades in them, and that'll give me about 0.3, 0.4 per... Here, I can actually just look. If I get one more instance of this, I go from 0.4 to 0.9. So it'll give me a 0.5 speed increase, which at this point is absolutely just mind-jarringly massive. Resource pack you found so far just places a visual overlay on the ground itself. Yeah, I've seen those before. Not interested. Thank you for looking though. I mean, the ground itself might be nice because then you could stand at a distance and find out where the spots are. But, like, I don't want to have to, like, go through that whole shebang in order to get it. No, I'm good. Am I going to aggro these zombie piglin? If those zombie piglin jump down, are they... They won't die from that height, sadly. Oh, I thought it was gonna be so freaking smooth there, jumping over the hole that I just made. And it was gonna be clean as heck. No, it wasn't even a little bit. But yeah, I think that I need to... Like, I have like 3 upgrades that I can do myself. And that's, I make a character on a second account, Candy's account. I level that character to a very specific level under very specific circumstance to then get a pair of boots on that character and then give them to my character. And like, Candy's not mad about it because I'm basically just leveling a character for free on her account. She's like, cool, I've always wanted one of those characters. And I'm like, yep, I'm gonna make one for ya. And she's like, sick! I'll get to have an alt, and it'll be great. And then, I need to do as much of the highest skill content that I can, hope that a piece of gear drops for me, and then hope that that piece of gear has the speed stat on it. That'll give me some upgrades. So that's just time. Both of those are just time investments. How much time do I want to spend? Do I want to spend, you know, 30, 40 hours leveling a character on Candy's account? Like, conceptually I don't mind. She wants the character. I'm like, it would be cute if she had an alt to work on. And then the other one is just like getting my character into as high level content as I possibly can, getting him as much gear as I can, and then just hoping that that gear rolls with the stat that I want. Oh hey, Bluester TV, thank you for the new follow. As we talk about something very, very obscure. So those are just time investments. The other ones, I just have to, like, find people to help me. Whether I pay them to help me, or they help me out of the goodness of their hearts. It is just not possible to do the other things on your own. Once I get those, I don't know, 4 things cumulatively, the boots, the trinket weapon, and then the head and shoulders, that's it. My character will be done. Okay. And I will have reached my peak speed. Just dress your character in blue gear and calling yourself Sonic already? Yo, you are not the person to have that idea. Just get as much spiky blue gear as I can. Momiji would love this. Gotta go fast. The old content tourists, happy to take you with them? Kind of. It's doing, like, really weird content that no one really wants to do, is the problem. And some of the content is gated behind character progression inside that expansion. So you can only do the content if you actually played the expansion, and you played it far enough to have the character progression to be able to do the content. Specifically, you need a piece of armor that, like, protects you from some arbitrary effect. And if you don't have that very specific piece of armor, then you just can't do the content. Which means that the only people that would be able to help me do this thing are the people that did the thing way back in the day, and therefore they wouldn't be tourists because they're not, like, reliving it, or they're not seeking things out from it because they already did it. And they don't want to go back and do it again. They've already got all the stuff. They've already got all the mounts, the pets, the gear, the transmogs, etc. And no tourist can help me because you need the character progression in order to even enter the area. I didn't mean to click him. Does that make sense? Am I explaining this at least kind of well enough? Look at that pack spawning. There is one piece that I could get, where a tourist could help me. That is a fair point. But the other piece is just only people that exactly know the content and did the content and unlocked the content can do it. And if they did the content and they've got it unlocked, they're not going to want to go back and do it again. So there's one thing that I am offering, like, a huge bounty for. 1,000,000 gold. And for context, 1,000 gold is about $1 in World of Warcraft. Is it 1,000 or is it 10,000 gold? It'd be 10,000 gold. 10,000 gold is $1. So I'm offering 1,000,000 gold, which is about $100 to help me do this thing. But it'll take, you know, 10 people to do it. You just tuned in? What are we talking about? World of Warcraft. I am the fastest player in the game. With relatively high confidence. I have not found any documentation of anyone being even close to faster than me. And I want to get faster, and the last few things that I could use to get faster are very niche things that the average player does not have access to, and I will likely need help getting them. And so I was just talking about how difficult that'll be, and how, like, I'm effectively going to be offering 1,000,000 gold to help me do that. And 1,000,000 gold, because not everybody plays World of Warcraft, so I was putting it in context, 1,000,000 gold in World of Warcraft is about a $100 bounty. Basically like speedrun. So you can just make your character in the game walk faster. Just walk around quicker. And that's what I'm referring to. It's this, there is a sub-community inside the game that really cares about this. Because WoW is what, a 20-year-old game now? There is so much old content that, because, you know, our characters have continued to level up, that you are basically, you can just, you're a god. You can just basically one-shot that content. So people will go back and do that old content and one-shot it all because it's fun, and you get, like, cool appearances, and you'll get cool pets, and you'll get cool mounts, and, like, all these in-game cosmetic items. And so to do that old content faster, because you're effectively level 1 billion beating up level 5s, people will build speed sets. So that has then created this sub-community inside the sub-community of people looking to be as fast as possible. I am the fastest person ever to exist in the game. Ever. With a relatively high degree of confidence, I am the fastest person to ever exist in the game. And I still have some moderate speed increases remaining. And so, but they're so niche and so difficult to get. I was discussing about, you know, basically that difficulty. Also, mozzarella sticks for lunch. You're a WoW vet? Been playing since vanilla? Still playing to this day? I've been playing on and off since vanilla as well. I came in right after AQ40 opened up. I played through all of BC. I played through most of Lich King. I played through most of Kata. I missed a good chunk of Warlords, but I still came in for like one content patch. I played the hell out of Pandaria. No, then Warlords comes. Warlords is after Pandaland. I missed most of Legion. I played quite a bit through BFA. And I missed 9.1. I played all of 9.0. And I missed 9.1. And, you know, I still think I got Cutting Edge in 9.1. But that was just because I came in right at the very last minute. A guild carried me through, and boom, bada bang, bada boom, I got the achievement. And now in 9.2, I've come back, and I am making it my life's goal in order to be the fastest player in WoW. Yeah. Well, it used to be like that. Go back in God mode, but with Shadowlands, they changed the level scaling. Everything except for BFA is God modable. Paraphrasing for chat a little bit. There's some like Legion mythic raids that you still can't God mode your way through. But you pretty well can. Anything in the middle of Legion backwards, you can just one-shot everything. BFA is still tough. I can solo most mythic dungeon bosses because I still run like Freehold sometimes and King's Rest in order to get the mounts out of there. But mythic or BFA raids, which is what I'll need in order to improve more of my speed set. I need some Azerite pieces from the BFA raids. I just can't touch those solo. Might need a 5-man, probably need a 10-man. Mott sticks or chicken nuggets? Oh yeah, it was Mott sticks for sure. Get ya a nice savory frickin' what is that called? Sauce. What is the sauce that you dip mozzarella sticks in? My brain is so aggressively 2 brain cells. Legion greater than BFA. Yeah, I heard Legion was like the people that I spoke to that played Legion love Legion with the same ferocity that people love Lich King. And like I played Lich King and Lich King was great. Marinara, thank you. Marinara sauce, my god. Yeah, I watched friends play Classic, both Classic Vanilla and Classic PVC, and you know, I'll stick with retail. There are just I have fond memories of that era, specifically the Isle of Caldanus. I played with, it was just me and 2 buddies, and we played on a PvP server back then before War Mode was a thing. And there was that gap on the northern side of the Sunwell Terrace between the mountain and the northern tip of the Sunwell Terrace castle that created a small little chokehold. And the 3 of us, and I played on a server where the population was like 55-45. So it was a really, really well-balanced server. And my god, we would fucking terrorize Alliance for days on end. Like, you would pick up your quests on the west side of this island, and then you had to go through this tiny little pathway in order to get to the east side of the island to do your quests. And we lived, breathed, ate, slept inside that tiny little pass, that tiny little stretch you had to walk through in order to get from the west side to the east side. And if you tried to walk through it with us there, we killed you every time. Every time. The alternative was you would have to spend like an hour walking around the southern coast of this island. Okay, an hour's maybe hyperbole, but it probably was a 20 to 30 minute run to go around the southern coast of this island in order to get from the west side to the east side. Or it was 30 seconds to just go through this little pass. And again, we just lived in that little stretch on Keldanis. And if you played Burning Crusade, if you played when Sunwell and Magister's Terrace and Keldanis was a thing, you know the pass. You know that little stretch. And I lived there. Yeah, but looking back, and like I also remember when like Flightform came out. I've played a Druid since the end of Vanilla. I also remember Flightform coming out and Typhoon and other knockbacks being able to dismount people. So I remember flying around Burning Crusade, finding someone that's just flying around, minding their own business. They're just out doing their quests. And then I would blast them. I would knock them off the back of their mount. They would fall to the ground. They would die. And because I'm a druid, I could just shapeshift back into flight form and fly away like nothing ever happened. I killed so many people. I was such a terror on my server. It was PvP. This is what you did. Like, this was still when like Horde versus Alliance had like a strong, I don't want to say cultural identity, but it did. And so, like, for every story that I have of me doing this to someone, it was in the game. People were doing this back to me, the exact same. This is just what the game was at that time. I wasn't bullying any more than people were bullying me. Nice. Kind of like how I gotta watch it die through the floor. That was cool. It just, WoW used to have this like big PvP like feel to it. And just, nope. Horde versus Alliance. Fight it out to the end. These two never could work together. And, you know, that's gone now. And probably for the better. Probably is. But it is to say that it wasn't, like, culturally rude of me to have been doing this. This is just what the game was. You went out and got the best gear to be able to kill other people better. To PvP with more... Yeah, you got the best gear so you could PvP better. Die Hard Raider anymore. Casual log on, do dailies. And then an LFR and log off. I mean, yeah, I feel that. I'll probably do a little bit of light mythic raiding in 925 as, like, that opens up. And then, you know, the what is it, 9.3 with a pre-patch, and they're just throwing everything at the wall. That looks quite fun. But more than anything, I just want to see how fast I can get. Because I know that, you know, as the systems change and grow and evolve, the things that I am using now in order to be the fastest player in the game, that the game has maybe ever seen, might not exist in the next content patch where the systems get changed. And so I wanna see how fast I can get by then. String of Thorn Veil was the worst? Yeah, STV was a nightmare. I have a buddy, his in-game name was Danger Dave. And Danger Dave would live, he was in STV for so long. Like, the stretches of time that he would spend there, whenever it was the three of us in the pass, Danger Dave was sometimes our fourth. If Dave logged on and he was like, I'm bored of STV, what are you guys doing on Keldanus? And it's like, hey, you can come out. We've got like a little raid group growing. You can join us, and yeah. And it just forever escalated, whatever. Anyway, Dave was the STV player. He lived in STV. The running story of Dave was, one time this guy logged in. This is gonna sound like bullying. This guy logged in to level his character, and Dave, right there, because this is what you do, he killed him. He just like PvP'd his character. Dave won and sent him to the graveyard. Okay, not that big of a deal normally, but Dave waited in the quest area where this guy needed to go, and this guy would try to walk up and do his quest, and then Dave would just PvP him and send him back to the graveyard again. Eventually, this guy tries to leave. And then Dave follows him and beats him again. So the guy eventually goes, okay, you know what? I am being camped. I can't do my quest. I can't even play this character. This guy is like just ganking the shit out of me. I'm gonna log out. Guy logs out for like 2 or 3 hours, and because Dave is such a degenerate, he just sits there on that guy's body and waits for him to log back in. The 2 or 3 hours goes by, guy logs back in, boom, Dave kills him again. Sends him back to the graveyard again. The story is that Dave followed this guy around for about 8 hours. The guy made a petition to a GM, to a game master, basically tech support. And tech support teleported Dave out of STV so that way the guy could just get away. Dave took it to a different level. So that is what I would say is like bullying. Dave was just he had nothing going on, nothing to do, and he just lived, slept, breathed just the Alliance v Horde conflict. He wanted people to be like, he didn't want to make people miserable. What he wanted was it to escalate, which it did almost every time, in his defense. If you're out there leveling up your low-level alt, right? And I kill your low-level alt, what do? You're gonna then come back on your high-level character and then say, then we have a really good duel, but then it drags on. So I bring out my friend, and now it's 2v1. So you bring out your friend, and now it's a 2v2, and then I bring out a couple more of my friends, and now it's a 4v2. So you bring out a couple more of your friends, and now it's a 5v4, and it continues to escalate up and up and up. And that's what Stranglethorn Vale was. And that's why Dave lived there. He wanted this guy to log onto his main and then bring out all of his friends, and then Dave wanted to do that like die by a million arrows thing. Dave wanted the entire server to descend upon him and camp him back. Dave wanted to be killed because he thought that was like the peak of Horde v Alliance conflict. And he got it. Ooh, buddy, the server hated him. You can still find like Danger Dave forum posts to this day. Let me see if I can find one. Are the WoW forums offline? Did they take those down? Okay, no, they're still up. Are there no longer server forums, though? And that's just what WoW was. You played Horde, your dad played Alliance, same server. We had an IRL argument because I was ganking his guildies in STB. That is what happened. I am not describing something that was out of the norm. The game was a PvP game where you only did the PvE content in order to get better gear to be better at fighting the other people. Dave's desire and thus persistence in following this one guy was not out of line for what the game was 15 years ago. You gotta have friends. I mean, yes, you did have to have friends at the time, but the game, the content that you needed to do was balanced around 40-man raid groups. You had to have 39 other people in order to complete content. So everybody knew people. And there was no like, oh, quick join where you can just like pick it up and put it down and you're in and out real quick. You were required to foster those relationships and develop those connections in order to complete any level of content. And everybody was so hungry to fill their rosters because a 40-man group of people, it is not easy to find 40 people to just sit down and do a thing for like 4 hours straight. And that's what raiding was. You needed to get 40 people to all commit to doing this one thing for 4 hours straight. So everybody was hungry to recruit new players. You needed to in order to keep your guild alive. So it wasn't hard to find them. They were begging you. They were asking you, please join us. We will teach you. We will show you. We will help you. And then because again, this is like a cultural phenomenon at this point. WoW was massive. Everybody played a little bit of WoW. And whenever you come across this group of people that's like, hey, just join us, we'll help you, we got your back, we'll teach you all the things, we'll give you some starter gear, we'll get you going. And so whenever you're just out doing your quests and having fun and whatever, and then Danger Dave comes up and kills you like 7 times in Stranglethorn Valley, you're just like, you turn to those people that just went out of their way to invite you into their space, and you're just like, hey, I'm having a problem. And because they wanted you so badly in their 40-man raid roster, they would come defend you. And thus escalation. And so that's what me and my two friends were doing. We were doing the same thing in that Caldanus Pass, where we were on the small island, and we were controlling the little pathway that connected the western side to the eastern side of the island. Whenever just people would come out there to do their regular stuff, they would be like, oh, these 3 guys just killed me, and then they would call their guildies in, and then our 3v1 would turn into a 3v3, and then that would escalate, and we would call in Danger Dave and all of our friends, and now it's like a 4v5, and then that would escalate, and thus grew. But again, this is old school retail. This is before people knew anything, before people were hungry for recruitment and hungry for content. Nowadays, Classic doesn't have that same feel. People aren't like aggressively searching or aggressively helping their fellow their fellow players anymore. And so that when you get killed in the wild, as you're just like walking around doing your quests, hey, you're just on your own now. And that sense of like community of like, we need to hit 40 people to do content, they'll find you. It's very passive now. Everybody knows what they're doing, so like the love that's generated from helping someone nobody helps each other anymore. Go Google it. The game is solved now. And not that that's a problem. It makes it a very different vibe and a very different community. Yeah, I mean, yeah, to that point, Turnip, you have friends that you met in WoW 18-some years ago and still talk and keep up with them? Yeah, I mean, same. I am in a Discord with those 2 guys. We catch up maybe once a year, give or take. Danger Dave and I are Facebook friends. His real name is Chris. He owns a tattoo shop now, and I think he had his first kid, like, last year. And it was very funny to me because I'm like, oh, Danger Dave, this guy who's just camping constantly in STV. He just had his first kid, and it's just such a weird, like, that guy's a dad now. Danger Dave does sound like someone that would own a tattoo shop, though. I mean, yeah, fair. I think I still have screenshots on my computer of me and Danger Dave hanging out. Hang on, let me see if I can find one. Oh yeah, look at that. Danger Dave right here. This is me and Danger Dave back in the day. Danger Dave is the small shadow priest here, and I'm the druid on the right. And we had our matching tabards. Look at that, the Sporagar tabard. And this is Keldanus. This is that big castle, and you couldn't walk through it. You couldn't get through this castle. It was totally blocked off. But over here, there's like a small little pathway, and that was the only spot to get around this castle. Otherwise, you would have to run legitimately like 20 minutes around to the southern coast of this island in order to get to from the east side where the quest givers are to the west side where you completed your quests at. And yeah, that's Danger Dave. What up, boy? Hey, Turnip, thank you for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. That's incredible. Thank you, Turnip. A gifted sub for Danger Dave. Man, I hope he's doing all right. I kind of want to creep on his Facebook, but like I can't show any of that, right? That would be an invasion of privacy. I'm not going to like publicly show his Facebook. Maybe if he has like a public facing for his tattoo shop, I would show that. Okay. Tattoo artist at this tattoo place. And that tattoo place has a public thing, but it's still like my personal Facebook, which has like where I live and whatnot. And he doesn't have like there's no like public art here. It's all like people's faces and yeah. It's fine. I'm happy for him. I don't think it's TOS unless you're doing it to dox. Yeah, I'm not. Definitely don't want to unintentionally dox him. It's fine. But I did confirm that he did have his first, I think it was a daughter. And he is working at a tattoo shop. No, yeah. See, I don't know. I think it's a little much. I don't think people should be quite so. That is not my information to share. You know what I mean? Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to be respectful to him, right? Because it looks like he has, like, a partner now, and he's a dad now, and he's got a job that he seems happy with, and I'm not gonna put, like, that on public display for other people to consume. It's good. But yeah, that is what World of Warcraft used to be. And like, so the idea of going back and playing something like classic TBC or classic vanilla, while, you know, I would argue that maybe some of my most fond memories in WoW come from that Burning Crusade era with my two friends and Danger freaking Dave, which was just such a great character name. I don't think that experience would stack up. everything is solved. Everybody's going to be way better now. I think that the community, in its solvedness, doesn't bond together the same way, which is what made the world PvP so vibrant. You know, if Dave went out and started something in STV and he couldn't back it up, well then we would go out and help him, and then more people would go help out the other guys, and then it would just forever escalate, right? I can't imagine that that's happening now in either classic vanilla or classic Burning Crusade. TBC was just so groundbreaking compared to all of the games and systems, graphics, gameplay, the theme, and story. It was just so new and fun. Yeah. Zombie Skull? Yeah, what up? What makes you a zombie today, Skull? Like, Halo was big at the time, but it didn't have the same vibe as TBC. Halo was Space Monsters, TBC was that, but with green fire and drakes you could ride. I mean, I was also into Halo at the time, too. I remember I swapped. I had this guy, we were pushing, it was Halo 2, and we were pushing to be... It was back in the day of, like, standby and bridging was really rampant, and you know, online tools were not banning these people aggressively enough. And so, it was impossible to climb the ladder. I don't even think it was called a ladder back then. But it was impossible to climb in rank or rating back then, after a certain point, because you were just getting a bunch of people that were standbying and bridging. So I had this guy, this friend, who we were dedicated to hitting level 40, because it was really usually around like level 38 that you just couldn't progress anymore because of the rampant cheating. And so we were like, that's it, we're gonna try to hit 40 legit. And we tried, and I think we did it. I can't remember. Honestly, at some point, I downloaded the cheating software. I bought well, my dad bought me the hardware. I was like 13 at the time. And I taught myself how to bridge network connections and then monitor the network traffic. And then I labeled all of the network traffic appropriately. And then I would just start to disconnect network traffic that I knew was the other team. And so I would just block them out of my game, and we would just win because I could just turn it into a 4v1. That's how aggressively bad cheating was back then. And it was also so easy that 13-year-olds could do it. So I think we got 40 legit. I honestly don't remember. And then I remember that friend disappeared. Just all of a sudden, we were deep in the middle of Halo, and we were deep in this grind to hit like 40 in Team Slayer. And then just poof, he disappears, and he comes back like a month later. And he's like, bro, you gotta play this game. This game, it's so great. It's the greatest game that I've ever played. You're just gonna love it so much. It's so good. And I'm like, what game are you talking about? And it was World of Warcraft. And I remember very clearly he played a troll mage. And he got me started. He was like, you should play warrior and tank for me. I did not like warriors. I almost quit. I then played a priest. I think it was a troll priest. And that was okay. I got that troll priest up to level 60. I did it. I then also got my epic mount, which was really hard to do back at the time. It was like so expensive. It was like 40 gold, and 40 gold was just like, whoa, that is an insane amount of, but I did that too. And then I remember standing outside of the gates of Orgrimmar, and I was just watching the PvPers duel, and I was dueling a little bit, and I was getting better at the game, but I still just wasn't really jiving with this Shadow Priest. And I saw this druid come in, and it was in like the TBC pre-patch, so they had some of their like TBC abilities, and this druid was just killing everything, and he was going like bear and cat and moonkin, and he was just, his spell effects looked so cool, and now 14, 15-year-old me was like, yeah, this is the greatest thing ever, I want to play a druid. So I traded my priest, and this is way back before, like, account security was a thing. I traded my priest for a rogue, and then I traded that rogue for a druid. I played that druid basically through the majority of... I played that druid through the majority of Burning Crusade. At the very end, I got so good at druid. I was so good. I hit like 2250 in arenas. It was a 5-man arena. We played a 4-man caster cleave, which was 1 holy paladin, shadow priest, moonkin, SLSL warlock, and an Ellie shaman. So it was this caster cleave 5-man arena. We hit 2250, which was just insanely good. And I had some of the best gear that was possible in the game, and I had I had this really prestigious character, this really prestigious account, and then I realized that girls were really, really pretty, and going out and doing things with girls was really, really expensive. And as we've discussed multiple times, your boy's got 2 brain cells. One of them's dedicated to food, the other one is dedicated to boobies, and ooh buddy, now 16-year-old me really wanted to see some boobies. So I sold my character for $800. I don't remember how I did it. I think I needed to give that person my parents' freaking bank information, and my parents had to like approve some weird transaction. I do not remember how I managed to pull this off, but I do remember my parents just being like, okay, you did the thing, they gave us the money, here's $800 in cash. I spent that $800 inside of a week. Like, I have no idea. I have no memory of what I spent that money on, but it was like legitimately gone inside of like no hyperbole, within a month. Like, I was like 15, 16 years old. I didn't have a car yet. What did I spend that $800 on? I do not know. But I spent it. It disappeared. I didn't get to see any boobies. It was very tragic. And then the summer ended and the winter set in. And then I really missed World of Warcraft, and I missed how good I was at the game, and I missed my friends, and I missed those experiences, and the $800, it went so quickly, we never saw any boobies, and we were like, I'm gonna play some WoW again. So those 2 friends that, they were brothers, that would camp, they would help me defend that, like, that small pass in the castle in the mountain. They were like, hey, we miss you. You should come back and play some more. And so then they gifted me World of Warcraft and you know, they bought me World of Warcraft and Burning Crusade, and also sent me $15 so that way I could turn on my subscription, and that is the account that I am still playing on today. And of course I then remade a druid. They helped me level back up. They helped me get gear now that I was on just some crappy new character. Oh, that's cool. They helped me get gear. Yeah. Bros before everything, Nims. Yeah, but it was $800 and the promise of boobies. What was a 15-year-old me to do? But I am really sad that, you know, I wish I knew what I did with that money. That was a lot of money in 2005. I really wish I knew what I did with that money. Ooh, that got a little spooky. I'll just leave them. And I also am a little bit sad, because I have that story, and like I know that that is an objective truth, but because I sold the character way back in the day, I no longer have like the proof that I did it. I no longer have, like, the account with that crazy good old school gear, or, like, the achievements, or the... None of it. And that makes me a bit sad. I don't have any of the slabs I want. I want some diorite slabs. Kaiser, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was... So I don't think that I could... Don't you mean cookies and cream? Yes, I need cookies and cream slabs. That sounds amazing. I don't think that if I were to go back and play, say, Classic, either Classic Vanilla or Classic TPC, I would have that same. There's no way I have that same experience, right? Those people, those characters, they're, you know, memories of a bygone age. And so, like, that's looping this all the way back around into the conversation of, like, my speed set. That's what just people used to be and used to do. I don't even have my tool being repaired. I'm an idiot. That's what people used to be and used to do. They used to do weird things. They'd add character and personality and flavor into their game experience, and therein made it memorable. Everybody that I interact with in WoW today remembers me because I am the speed guy. I am the zoom guy. But everybody else is just some, like, generic person that doesn't exist that I picked up for 5 minutes to complete a thing, and then whenever the thing was over, I left their group and literally never thought about them ever again. I think this might have been my closest ever landing. Still not there. So in short, you're old? Why would you do that to me? Why would you cut me like that? That hurt my feelings. Oh, I definitely don't need this much. What am I doing? Are you saying that I need to be a dad in order to accept that I am aging? Trust me, there are other things that have indicated to me that your boy is aging. Thank you. That's a bit problematic. How deep is this? Okay, well, there are no zombie piglin down here. And that's really what I was interested in discovering. That is Uskal saying they're short. Wait, Uskal, how tall are you? So I can give you shit for something. I mean, that's why Candy and I don't want kids, though. Well, one of the reasons. Okay, Viagra exists. That is a lose-lose response for me. Because either I go, your boy's peen works fine. That's not what I'm saying. But now you have a little bit too much knowledge about my peen that you probably didn't need to have. Or I just like smile and nod, and then everybody thinks that my peen is on the fritz. And either way, that's a lose-lose situation, Yuffie. not 22. My 32nd birthday. I turned 32 in a week? 2 weeks? Shit, what day is today? The 26th? Week and a half? Week and a half. I turned 32. And how many fucking days is that? 26, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In 11 days. I always like to do a quick look, a cursory glance on the last block, but I fell off it because I'm an idiot. Okay, we still need to clear whatever this is up here. What did you walk into? How's it going, Ejo? How are you today? I'm stretching. You've got a nice Pokemon Go story to go with that? Yo, hit me up. You know, hey, I want to shout out Nico Like. You can get Prime rewards in Pokemon Go, and it gives you a code. Nico redeemed his code and then sent that code to me so I could redeem it in my... No, excuse me, it wasn't Nico Like, it was already Al. I feel like an asshole now. It was already Al. Sent me his freaking Pokemon Go code redemption so that way I could get I could get his rewards in my Pokemon Go. Which way? That's just Al. Thank you. It was Al. 100% it was Al. I double checked. I misremembered. So yes, let's hear your Pokemon Go story. I've had to deal with some annoying housemates who are still annoying. Came in when you talked about your peen. It was out of context massively. But how are you, Nims? Oh, what did I say at the beginning of the stream? I am tired of living in this hellscape of a country. You know. You know. Give you a minute to type. Hey, break it apart into like 2 or 3 messages. Yeah, 32. My pain works fine. We're good. We're coasting through life. I'm great. Thank you. I made fudge the other day. I talked about this last stream. I've carved a sad face in it, so that way it looks like it's screaming every time I eat it. And I live for that. Well, you blame Yuffie for that. I told him, as he said it, he was like, he made a comment about Viagra, and I'm like, listen, you've put me in a lose-lose situation. If I don't respond, then everybody will think my peen is on the fritz. But if I do respond, then I'm just saying that my peen is, in fact, not on the fritz. So, like, you know, just normal conversations of getting older, you know. Turned 32 in what did we just say? 11 days? 10 days, depending on how you cut it. So it was my fault, Jones. It wasn't. Here's the story. In my first 2 years at college, we had Pokemon Go item shops in the lounge and would regularly play and shout to friends what we caught while out of class. However, when people were in class and wanted to do boss battles, friends would come over to pick up phones, and you know me. Casanova, okay. So a friend saw a nice clothed picture of someone who I was talking to, decided to scroll and see a picture of, nice. Don't scroll on people's photo albums, chat room. Just don't do that. Also, Yuffie, may I recommend a private photo app? So that way, the like can never happen again. Jones, AA, what are you guys talking about? Where did this guy come from? Drinking, hello. Way to diffuse the situation. That was a good question. You posted those photos of your mod sticks on the Discord and had an epic cheese pull? Bro, I'm about it. Well, that's a good cheese pull. Yo, what do you think of that keyboard? The angle? God, mozzarella sticks sound real good now. Man, now I'm just thinking about, you guys remember maybe a week ago I was telling you about eating this like vegan burger and it was really good? Turns out that the owners of that place were really shitty. And the entire staff walked out mid-service. And it's just like, oh, cool. So we're never gonna eat the vegan burgers from that place again. More proficient at using this keyboard than you am a normal keyboard now. The only annoyance is the enter key in the center of it? Oh god, I was looking at the picture in Discord. The enter key is in the center? Oh, I guess it is. So you enter with your thumb? Odd, I think. Oh, see, that would have been a good example of trying to ban someone and almost banning someone else. Wait. Yeah, no, okay, Uskal, I cannot personally speak to this because I am very proud to say I have never sent a peen pic of, like, solicited or not. I have never sent any of them ever. Because, like, I'm a content creator for, like, since, like, 2011. Like, I would say that I got started content creation on my first channel, which was poorly named after a popular book that I really liked. And I was like, ooh, this is going to be a problem. Can't have my, channel named after another thing. And it's like, that just won't work. And so then I started a second channel, and that second channel is really that is the channel we're on today. 2011, I would have been 21, and I had a tumultuous time in high school and into, like, secondary school. So, never sent any there. And then as soon as I was like, oh, this online thing is not half bad, but you know what I never want to happen? Is a picture of my peen to go around the internet. So I just don't take those pictures. And so I don't get it either, Uskal. Go, why? It's not, ooh, yeah. I don't get it either. But at the same time, like, I get it to a point where, like, two brain cells, right? We like food and we like boobies. And, like, if someone just slid into my DMs and was just like, here's a picture of really great food, I'm about it. That's why we have a food channel in the Discord. However, it is not socially acceptable to have a booby channel in the Discord. So, Nim's YouTube channel is your previously used channel. I don't know what you're referring to. So, like, as I have never sent a photo. Never. Never even taken one and never sent one. But I get receiving them. That's nice. but like, if we're very, very honest with ourselves, it's really, really hard to take a good peen photo. Like there are very few peen photos where you're just like, that's a good photo. But there's a lot of photos out there where it's like, that's some good boobies. And like, I don't know if that's a statement of men just being really bad at like taking photos, or if it's a statement of like my very heterosexual self and just not really appreciating peens, or if it's just a factual statement, or boobies just look better than peens do. I'm gonna pass, Goofy. Thank you for the offer to teach me, but I do not need a 101 on how to take a photo of my peen. I'm good. I will pass. I'm good. Thank you for the offer, bud. No, thank you. I'm saying your YouTube goes unposted today? What do you mean? I don't understand what you're referring to.
With no...
You've got me really freaked out now, Eyebrows. What do you mean unposted? It's fine. Whatever. I need to post more if that's your point. Yes, I'm aware. He's calling you a Twitch streamer? Yes. Yes, okay. I need to post more videos. I think about it all the time. I thought that you meant like my YouTube video gets deactivated today, and I'm like, what? Unrelated. Have you found any ancient debris? I found one! Look at that! Look at this boy! He's happy as heck! Look at him. He's such a good, happy little lad. He's lonely, though. He really wants us to find a second ancient debris. I missed it then. Eyebrows. I see. Later. Yeah. Chat room, what are you guys having for dinner tonight? I got a lasagna. I am freaking pumped for this lasagna. It's like a 5 meats and cheese. It's got it, and it's like a thick, like a saucy boy. I like all my pastas very saucy, chat room, like mega saucy. Like just drowning in it. Okay. Hot dogs and pasta? Hot dogs and pasta? Like, did you put your hot dog in the pasta and then eat that? Like, I feel like that feels like a very, like, I think I did that when I was like 7. Like SpaghettiOs with hot dogs in them. Yogurt. Yo, that sounds healthy as heck. Are you trying to live forever out here? What the heck? Dye your pasta blue and turn your hot dog into an octopus. I'm doing that. I'm absolutely. The next time I make pasta, I am just gonna add a couple of drops of food coloring to it. Friend who can't, we struggle to name. Previously, friend who quit their job under duress taught me how to make a really good, like pasta sauce, and we have been just killing it with that. Like, Candy loves this pasta sauce that we made. It's very good. Next time that we make it, I'm just gonna put like a drop of food coloring in the pasta water. And then make Candy suffer through. When's the next cooking live stream? I mean, I did just make fudge. When I become the fastest person in WoW, that's when it'll happen. Let's get your boy that last like 3 pieces of gear. I need everybody that's had an account in Battle for Azeroth onwards to resubscribe and help me get this thing. Okay, thank you. You want to compete against this pasta sauce? It's pretty good. I mean, it's nothing crazy, though. I'm trying to remember. What did we do? We caramelized some shallots, I think. Added some basil and cooked the basil down. Some fresh basil. Then we took fresh crushed tomatoes. Added that in. Bit of water. Reduced. Tons of seasonings. Excuse me, Mr. Zombie Piglin. Did I just kill him? I think I do. He'll just be in the way forever, right? Alright, bet. I'll straight up Venmo you like $100 for a cooking stream? Or to help me get that final gear. I mean, I guess it's both at the same time, right? I have spreadsheets and documentation to prove that I am the fastest. And I want to become faster yet. So you made a marinara? I mean, it was a red pasta sauce. I don't know if that directly translates to marinara. The money would be for the gear, the cooking, the satisfaction of watching you cook is priceless. We could, maybe. This kitchen is very small, this kitchen in the new place. You guys have seen it, right? Yeah, the Brussels sprout stream, you saw it. What's funny is, Candy's mom watched the Brussels sprout cooking stream. And she wants to know when the next cooking stream will be. She has asked about it multiple times. You don't think marinara would be very visually appealing with blue pasta? That's the point. I'm gonna dye it blue. And I'm gonna then I'm gonna make Candy eat it, and she's gonna love it and hate it at the same time. There was a Brussels sprout stream. It was disgusting. I hated it. I hated it so much. Candy and friend who needs a name. Took me to a sushi restaurant, which the sushi at this place was just incredible. It was like across town and like well worth it. It was really far out of the way, but like, oh my god, the sushi there, my mouth. The sushi there was just incredible. And they had Brussels sprouts on the menu. And both of the girls had been there without me. And so they were both ranting. They were raving about how good these Brussels sprouts are. Oh my god, they were just incredible. And they're both like sitting there talking them up to me, and they're like, "You've got to try these. You've got to try these. They are so good. We both know that you hate Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts, as a quick aside, taste like foot toe jam mixed with spider bite pus mixed with lettuce to me. Foot toe jam, spider bite pus, and lettuce. If those came together, or maybe even better, canned spinach. Foot toe gunk, spider bite pus, and canned spinach. Just sit on that. And like, I know that's a disgusting description, and I will not say it again. That is what it tastes like to me. And like, of course I don't like that. Of course I don't like that. Who would? like, there are some things where I'm just like, I'm not a big fan of, like, say, fresh red peppers. People rant and rave about how sweet a fresh red pepper is and how tasty and, like, the crisp sweetness of it is so good. And while, like, jokes and memes aside, you know, I don't think I would describe a fresh red pepper as being a sweet thing. I can still understand and appreciate why other people could enjoy a fresh red pepper. I do not understand Brussels sprouts. They taste like what I just described completely, thoroughly. They are gross with a... You prefer touch sprouts? Nice. I really hope that's just you memeing and not an actual thing that exists. I do not understand the appeal of Brussels sprouts. I just cannot get it. They taste absolutely revolting. And so the girls both knew this. They have heard that description before of feet meets pus meets just generic green vegetable. And they were like, Nims, no. This place, this sushi place, has the greatest Brussels sprouts ever. And we went and tried them, and you know, I'm always down to try things, Chow. I'm always down to try things. So I tried these Brussels sprouts. And the sauce that these Brussels sprouts had been cooked in, the seasoning that these Brussels sprouts was on these Brussels sprouts covered up a lot. The sauce, so good. The seasoning, flawless. I think they had even a dipping sauce that you could put them in. Like, they had a sauce on their own, and then like a secondary sauce to dip them in. That secondary sauce, also incredible. But it did not change the fact that I was eating toe jam meets spider pus meets canned spinach. You cannot undo the horrendousness that is Brussels sprouts. It is not redeemable. So I tried it, and it was butt cheeks. It was real not good. Why did this come up? At least I tried. Yeah, I did try. Why did this come up? Oh, so the Brussels sprout stream, we did not do enough that stream in order to compensate for how absolutely dog trash. Like, I would rather eat white dog poop than, like, a straight Brussels sprout. That stream, I think we pan-seared our Brussels sprouts. We also used an air fryer to bake our Brussels sprouts. We tried 4 or 5 different things, if I remember right. Just disgusting. Just disgusted. You guys remember that meme of, like, the mom walking in as her, like, 2 daughters are, like, trying to karaoke? Which one of yous took a shit and didn't flush? Disgusting! That's the Brussels sprout. That's what Brussels sprouts are like. They are just gross. So, point is that cooking stream, I have had some of the best Brussels sprouts that Kansas City had to offer, and I can concede that that the sauce was incredible on them. The seasoning was incredible on them. The extra dipping thing was incredible. But Brussels sprouts are not redeemable. They are just disgusting, gross, green little balls of death. Love the impression, really nailed it, Nims, thanks. But yeah, the pasta stream, it would be a very boring stream. Like, let's be honest. Like, hey, like, caramelize some shallots. And it's just like, okay, I put shallots in a saucepan with a little bit of, oil. And I just turn the heat on, like, medium-low. And I let it sit for, like, 10 minutes. Cool. Like, what an exciting, engaging stream. Okay, now we're gonna add a little bit of our fresh basil. We're gonna chop this up real finely, and then we're gonna throw that in there too. Along with some, like, I don't know, I think there were onions in it. I have the recipe somewhere. Hang on. Don't die while I look for this. Oh, it was on top of the microwave. But I think we moved it? Where did we move it to? We cleaned, and we were like, hey, we should preserve this recipe. It's a good recipe, and I don't know where we moved the piece of paper that had the recipe written down on it to. Is it on the fridge? Am I dead? No. I'm now walking around my kitchen, chat. It is not on the fridge. However, Retro, there are drawings from Ellie on our fridge. Ellie being Retro's daughter. Is it in the pantry? Why would we have put the thing in the pantry? No. I don't know. I don't know where it went. I was gonna look it up. I can't find it. It doesn't exist anymore. Nims is gonna turn into an ASMR stream. Definitely. Green balls and death sound like an STD symptom. Yeah. Listen, idea. Separate the Brussels sprouts layers, sear with salt to remove the flavor edge, then either tempura, batter, or pane them, and then fry them to make them taste good. You know, I've told this story once before on stream. This last Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving proper, we had a Friendsgiving, and our house, it's not bigger than anyone else's house. Just the layout of our dining room and living room is basically just one long room. And so our house is the only house where we could just, you know, set up folding table after folding table in a straight line and seat all of our friends. So we did that, and turned it into a potluck. So it was like a big Friendsgiving, and it happened at our house. And so everybody was supposed to bring like one or two of their favorite things to make. One of my friends, the DM in my D&D campaign, shows up with two things. He showed up with his like lemon pepper wings, which are just delicious. They're so good. He makes such good wings. And then the other thing he brought, he goes, oh yeah, and I also made some sprouts. Like, and he kind of said it like that. I made some sprouts. I'm like, what do you mean you made some sprouts? What are sprouts? And I'm thinking like alfalfa sprouts, because Brussels sprouts are like, and I'm like, I don't understand what this means. And you know, and they've got like aluminum foil over like a glass pie dish, basically. Like a little glass baking dish. And I'm like, what do you mean, Brian? What are sprouts? And he's like, you know, sprouts. And then he peels back the aluminum foil on this baking dish, revealing the Brussels sprouts underneath. And I literally gagged in his face. I literally like full body heaved right into one of my closest friends' faces because the smell of Brussels sprouts just like punched me in the nose. That toe jam infected spider bite canned spinach just came up and just freaking knocked, and I just heaved, just a full body. And he immediately put the aluminum foil back down and took them into his car and said, "We don't need to have those here tonight." I felt like such an asshole. I was such a dick. Like, this was my friend. I have spent hundreds of hours playing D&D with this guy. We played like disc golf together. He is such a good, genuine, wonderful human being. And I gagged in his face when he brought one of his favorite foods to our Friendsgiving. I felt so bad. Make Brussels sprouts not taste like Brussels sprouts, and then they're edible. Problem solved. That's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, so if you separate each Brussels sprout layer, sear it in salt to remove the flavor edge, then tempura batter, paint it, fry it. It's like, at that point, you've got more batter, seasoning, everything else than you do Brussels sprouts anymore. And like, I would easily eat just deep fry up some batter and like I'll eat it. Like, isn't that what just like there's a number of things that are effectively just batter fry. Everything from like funnel cakes to pancakes to let me just dry heat over your cooking for a bit. I felt like such a dick. I mean, I was objectively rude to my friend. And I felt so bad. I have apologized for that so many times. And that happened November, so like 6 months ago now. And we have talked about it, and I still feel clearly I carry this with me. And we've talked about it, and he's off for the summer. He's a very outdoorsy person, and he's doing like this really cool thing in Colorado where he like guides children through the mountains. It's more than a camp counselor, but like not like a Sherpa thing. I have picky eater friends, and I don't like to cook for them. On the other hand, my friends that are allergic to half the food pyramid are fun to cook for. I mean, I can do just about anything, and I will eat just about anything. Like I said, we did a Brussels sprouts cooking stream, and I ate it. It was awful. I hated it, but I love to hate it. I also went to this sushi place with them. The sushi was just incredible. Again, 10 out of 10, just top of the line. Quality sushi. And the Brussels sprouts, though, while I can agree that they were the best Brussels sprouts that I've ever had in my life, they were still just disgusting little green balls of death. So I will try everything, but I need people to understand and be aware that, like, I will love to hate the thing that you have me try. So it looks like Nims might have an issue with what is that? I googled it. Phenylthiocarbamide. Phenylthiocarbamide. Is that, oh, see you later, Retro. We pass out pickles. Deep fried pickles are pretty good. Candy really likes them. Deep fried Smart Bar. I'm not a big fan of deep fried desserts, though. Like, I've had a deep fried ice cream. I've had the deep fried Snickers bar. Like, deep fried ice cream is okay. It's a very specific thing that I want deep fried ice cream for. Like, I wanna get deep fried ice cream, and then I wanna ride a carnival ride where I am not sure if I will, like, if it's going to kill me. Like, I want this to be some really run down state fair sort of thing, where I am not sure if I get like, I don't want to know the last time the ride that I am getting onto had a health and safety inspection. I want deep fried ice cream right before I get on that ride. I don't, bro, America has figured out how to deep fry everything. Let's just, we'll just say that. I'll try anything, just not green balls of death. I tried even the green balls of death. And I continue to try them like once a year. Like, we had the cooking stream with the Brussels sprouts, and then the girls took me out to the sushi place with the Brussels sprouts. However, we went back to the sushi like a month later, because it was a friend who needs a name's birthday, and and everyone at the table got the Brussels sprouts. Everyone did, except for me. And I felt like I had missed out on social bonding. It was like, oh, this is sad. Actually pretty easy, Jones. Just really cold ice cream, very hot oil. Batter it in and out of the fryer after like 30 seconds onto the dish and serve within 30 seconds of the fryer. Sounds about right. Yeah, you do not use like soft serve ice cream for this. This is like hard whatever. But then in the act of deep frying, it becomes softer. Right into a pillar. Inching ever closer to our first stack of ancient debris. Correction, Nims will eat green balls of death once he is gagged a couple of times. Boom, there you go. That's an accurate statement. Oh, missed. I was like, this doesn't look right. I hear eyebrows groaning in the basement. Four block, three block, two block? Two, 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 one. Okay, one's freaked me out. Two. Oh, I saw one. How's it going, buds? You want to spawn a bunch of guys for me? That'd be funny. No, is this it? Just the five of you? I didn't even want to kill him. It's this strength enchant. I'm so strong. I kind of can't believe that we're not getting crazy amounts of pack spawning happening. I just think that it's funny whenever a zombie picks up the rotten flesh of another zombie that you killed. It's like he's carrying his brother into battle. Well, blep. Dead. Oh, I thought it looked dark. Fun Minecraft question. Do you people remember your first meeting with the 4 Horsemen event / Skelly Horse? I think that's only happened once, years ago for me. I kind of feel like I need a bath, chat room. I kind of feel like I'm a little dirty, a little stinky, a little smelly. You know what I mean? Ah, that's better. Nice and warm. Yo, I saw in the patch notes that the Warden is going to ignore protection for his Sonic Boom attack. And I'm like, yo, that's insane. Like, armor will still reduce the damage that he deals, but freaking protection won't. And it's like, that's nutty. How are you supposed to live? This is all gotta be plenty well lit. Yeah. All of these dirt blocks here are from Endermen placing dirt that they have picked up. I hate it. What is this splitter to? This is the thing that allows me to keep a number of glass bottles here for the player to use and then sends the rest off into the farm. I just don't know why I need a splitter for this. Like, what are we splitting here? What are we perfect item splitting? Oh, I see. We have 4 bee farms. This does 2 of them. So this takes our 1 source of glass bottles and makes it 2 sources of glass bottles. And then we have 2 more perfect item splitters here. And so then we have our 2 sources of glass bottles, and we make it 4 sources of glass bottles for the 1, 2, 3, 4 bee farms. That's what it is. Okay, you know what, chat room? I think I'm gonna call it a stream. Honest, today is just a slow, sad day, and it should be. And I don't know if I want to. You know, it just feels weird playing games like normal. So, yeah, I mean, yesterday more so. I didn't really know yesterday. Honestly, I miss daily news because I'm here, I'm streaming, so I miss it. And sometimes I just log out, you know, after we spend a whole day streaming, I'm kind of like done with the computer for the day. And so at that point, after, you know, being done with the computer, then I just want to like go read a book or watch a dumb show. And so I just don't even get on the internet after, which I would argue is pretty healthy. I shouldn't spend all day just staring down various social medias. So yeah. Yeah, anyway, definitely gonna call it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. And like, I just appreciate the community that we have here. You guys are wonderful, genuinely good people. Shout out to Turnip with the gifted sub. In the name of Danger Dave. I appreciated that a lot, Turnip. I don't know if you're still there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Zuskal. I really appreciate that one. You guys are wonderful. I'm gonna go make this lasagna for dinner. Might work on my speed set a bit. And, you know, just disconnect for a while. You guys have a good night. I'll be back same time, same place tomorrow, though. I hope that tomorrow we can get the groundwork started on the giant villager trading hall. I think that'd be really sick. So, yeah, that would be really sick. Anyway, I'm off. Thank you guys. See you later.